Hey friends, it's Kim here, and I kind of sounded like I had a English accent there. I've been listening to a lot of Sam Smith. I hope this doesn't date this, because I hope he is forever, but he has a beautiful English accent. But anyways, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. So I want to help you with conquering your calendar. And this is unsexy. This is tactics of life. But guess what? This is what's going to create more productivity. This is going to create more freedom in your life and create a lot of that overwhelm that I know a lot of us get. Because when I look at my calendar, or I know I want to move the needle and move forward in my life and do all these great things, but yet at the end of each week, at the end of each reflection, I'm wondering why I'm not where I want to be. And it lies down to this calendar, and it lies down to the fact that we need to start aiming what we're doing. So right now, this looks like a bundle of mess to you, but I will share very quickly that these will have a method to the madness. And the method to the madness is simply that you are going to be able to now confidently go into your weeks with your calendar in mind, and this calendar is going to create freedom. So for me, I used to kind of fly by the seat of my pants. So if you're someone like that, this call and this overview is for you. For me, I used to have the overwhelm by every single day and just go in it completely caffeinated and hope to God I get everything done at the end of the day. But when things were falling kind of wayside, I wasn't really surprised, but I was also really disappointed. So if that is something that you go through, this is for you. Or if you find yourself at the end of every day and say there's not enough hours in the day, this is for you, because we're going to now start doing what I like, what I love, and have learned so amazingly from one of my mentors, Brendan Burchard. We are going to start doing your life's work. So that may not be your day job right now, and that's okay. So what I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you kind of like a blank day. You have your day job. You got to do it. You're probably looking at mine and be like, oh, well, she has all this time in the world. And guess what? I do also have a quote unquote day job, but I do it from home. So I have the flexibility of looking from the time frames of 5 a.m. to around 9 p.m. I really try to kind of cut it off after that 9 p.m. because of the early mornings. And I'm going to share this with you. I have not been getting up at the 5 a.m., but I have intentions to do that. I have intentions to get back on that because I've been getting everything in, but guess what hasn't been getting in? The workouts. So that is something that's very important to me for my vitality and my energy. And it's getting in 4 times a week, not really 4 to 6 times a week that I usually do. So am I going to beat myself up? No. I'm going to look at it as this was a time period that my body needed rest, and I am ready to conquer my calendar even more with more vitality and energy behind it. So if this is for you and you are looking to comfort your calendar and really be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, let's get going. So I'm going to share really kind of how I started this out. And I learned this. I'm going to give a shout out to Rachel Luna. I love her work. I'm excited one day to be in one of her courses. And because of this, she has shown me so much value. She showed me so much value in this calendar. I had some systems down, but I didn't have it like this. It was color coded before, but now it's like, well, this is all the roles I do in life. This is everything that I do. And it may be overwhelming at first, but guess what? It's going to be able to help you out. And I'm not a color-coded kind of girl. Like, I'm kind of like, hey, I don't really care about the colors, but this has really kind of eased my mind on the days. Because not only am I going to show you the different calendars, but I'm going to show you what's going to work for your mind. So I want to start off in here and just a little logistic of how to do this. So you're going to go into over in your Google Calendar. If you're like, hey, I don't do this in Google Calendars, I'm a pen and paper kind of person, so am I. I do not do my quote unquote to-do list and my brain dump in here. I am just in here just to be able to block out time, because block out time is badass time. Block out time will get shit done, because when it's blocked out, it will get done. If it doesn't, you're gonna like, well, what are you even doing? So you're going to create that calendar. You're going to go in here. I'm going to test it out. So test. And then you can put a description here. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, 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 hey. But I didn't do that. I didn't think it was really necessary. And then you're going to create calendar over here. So you're going to come over to here, see test. I'm just going to show you these little logistics, because then you can change the color. If you're super, super savvy and want to put like your custom colors, aka you've been in Canva or PicMonkey and you know how to create custom colors, put it in here. I did do that for my, kind of my content that I do for my brand. And so, but you can just kind of keep it here, keep it there. No big deal. Or if you were like, I just want to go over on the spectrum on here, awesome, do that as well. So we came in here, I'm going to create the custom color, awesome, test. So I went in here and did everything that I do within what I do. At the Bayou, this amazing place that I've been able to connect with more human beings because I'm a virtual person. I don't know if you guys know that about me. I started working at a restaurant to get human interaction. I'm not kidding. Like, I get it with you guys, but guess what? I don't get to see your faces right now. So I'm sitting here for the next 10 minutes and not getting that. So it's the human interaction, that kind of the energy around me. And my gosh, it has helped me a ton from just going 1 to 2 times a week. And then I got my Beachbody, my biz admin, my opportunities. This is huge because you need time to work on the admin side of it, coaching sessions, content, family and friends time, because I like to always, I call my friends family. And so that's a big thing there. And that's very, very big. Personal time is huge. And I will show you that in a second. What I do for the amazing Vita La Fada and Fitnesspreneurs Life, that is quote unquote considered my full-time job. I put in about 30 hours a week, with him. And then housework, God, hate it. Marketing calendar, you need time to put this out. I'm going through it because I want to share these things with you. See if it sparks something for you. Professional development. The reminders I can't get out for some reason. I don't know why I can't get this out because it's like stuck there. It's like one of the things. I just don't use it. And self-care, this is huge. So this is considered my workout, my personal development. Different than professional development. Professional is moving that email and that needle and aiming what you need to do. The test that we just created, the book I want to create one day, this is getting on my calendar very, very soon because it was not consistent before. When I travel, video shooting, what I do for Visionary Planner, another thing I do for Vito, completely separate project from Fitnesspreneurs Life, and the very important white space. So white space, I'm going to sit with you for a few seconds here. White space is something that I've actually inherited from my therapist. I would go in there and I'd be like, oh my God, I do not know, like I have too much. I'm like going from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And she's like, well, where's your white space? And I've heard it before, but guys, sometimes we need to be sat down for this. We need it. We need white space. We need space that's away from our work. And you're probably kicking me right now because this is probably what your calendar looks like. Family. I'm just going to put a hypothetical over here. Bear with me. So you got family time in the morning. Work. A little piggy there, No there. Nothing. No. See, I need human interaction. This is you. I don't know, where are we? What time is it? Right here. Get home at 6. Dinner. So it's family time again. Family. Where are we here? Family. Okay. And then it's 8 o'clock and you're like, what the A? Well, guess what? This work right here you got going on. You're 9 to 5 with the commute. Guess what, sister? I was here too. This is where I would say, take this. I'm not saying go work your other businesses. I'm not saying, build your dreams at work. I am definitely not saying this. But I am saying that you need to copy this bad boy, copy this white space, and get it in there somehow. Talk about it. It is not healthy, and no employer should make you work from blah, 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 blah. But guess what? You're actually not getting more done. The times that I have the white space, so let's get a little color in there, get a little beauty in there. The time that I have white space, and maybe you don't have 2 hours, because when I remember when my therapist told this to me, I'm like, I don't have freaking 2 hours, and she gets this from, Europeans do this. It's amazing. They actually take legitimately 2 hours off during the day. You can't even open up your email after a certain time over there. I know Americans, we're crazy. So you get more done. I'm telling you this right now. So maybe get it in pockets, 30 minutes here, 15 minutes there, but get the white space. So if this is getting up from your desk and walking away, have the conversation with your boss, the person that you speak to, and say, I want to trial this out. I know that I can create better work if I do this. Who will say no to that? Who will say no to that? I wish I knew this when I was doing the work that I was doing as an event planner. I would have been a better event planner. So bear with us here. So if you're like, hey, I can't get in the other stuff, we'll start putting in 15 minutes. I was able to do it within a year. I was able to leave my job within the year that I said I want to create my own brand one day. I was able to leave it in a year. Maybe that's not your goal, but maybe your goal is to have a side hustle. Maybe your goal is to have more productivity at work. Get this kind of stuff in here. And then you can start to, even if you're at your job, you're like, hey, Kim, I don't want to do a side hustle. Break it down within your job, what you do within your job. So I'm going to go over to now my days. So I always want to get in reading and workout. If I'm not getting in the workout, I'm at least getting in the nutrition. So I'm saying like I usually do 4 to 6 days a week with workouts. It's been more like 4. It's not that terrible. 3 to 4, I actually would say is really great for you. So with that said, I always get the reading in. And you're going to start to see, and if this, you want to kind of, I'm just going to give you a tip right here. I always read and I always get at least an endorphin high. So I get that from reading as well before I do content. So you're going to see tomorrow, I'm going to be doing all this content. So content I have in this light pink. So I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for Fitnesspreneurs Life. And then I have meetings. And then I need to give myself that white space. Because again, I'm getting right back into content. So if you're noticing a trend right here, I am only doing content tomorrow. I have a meeting, but I'm only doing content tomorrow. I'm not only creating content, but I'm delivering it over here too. So look, right here at the end of the day, I have another piece that is going to be a task for Fitnesspreneurs Life, but guess what? It's actually just happens to be beautifully under, I'm going to be taking content for Fitnesspreneurs Life from this live webinar, or from this live Facebook Live. So this is an art, and I promise you this is not easy. You think I was gonna be like, oh my God, I promise this will work for you one day. This is not easy. This is something that I have had to create, just like my muscles in my workouts. Everyone's like, oh my God, how did you get those beautiful biceps? Well, because I've created the muscle over time. So like right now, I'm at family and dinner time, but I'm recording this. My family is not home right now. Well, my dogs are. But I am on the stove right now with what I think will always take the longest is my rice. So I'm doing that right now. I'm still technically doing dinner. My family's not home, so I want to be present with their home. So is it perfect? No. But it will get to a place where it will definitely feel like you have freedom. So I create days. I block out kind of times of like, hey, I'm only going to create content on this day. Will I create content on other days? For sure. But I at least know that I'm creating the chunk of it on this day for not only what I do for my brand, but what I do for Fitnesspreneurs Life and Visionary Planner. So now let's look at Wednesday. I'm doing more of the tech stuff. So I'm doing the podcast prep for cutting. I'm doing my website work. I'm working on stuff within Fitnesspreneurs Life, a little bit more techie opposed to content. Again, will it come up that I have to do something else? Yes, but what it does is it gives me the framework that I at least know by the end of the day that I've done my job. I've done my job where I feel that I can do my best with the space that I have. So when you start to block out your days in the sense of content, in the sense of inviting, doing more of that like tactical side of things, you're going to start to see some open space. My family is barking for me if you do not hear. So I will have to leave soon. And I hope this brings you well, because this is the kind of stuff that moves the needle forward and moves your life forward on a mission that you are proud to say is yours. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys soon.